power. It's a force that shapes civilizations, sparks revolutions, and whispers promises of glory. But what happens when power falls into the wrong hands? Throughout history, the world has witnessed the rise of leaders who seem to possess an uncanny ability to captivate and control. They exude charisma, inspire unwavering loyalty, and yet, beneath the surface lies a chilling detachment from human suffering. These individuals, often labeled as psychopaths, have left an indelible mark on the tapestry of human history. Join me now as we journey into the heart of darkness, seeking to understand the psychopath in power and the lessons we can learn from their chilling legacies. Psychopathy, often misunderstood, is not simply a synonym for evil. It's a complex personality disorder characterized by a distinct lack of empathy, remorse, and guilt. Psychopaths are often described as charming, charismatic, and manipulative, traits that, paradoxically, can be incredibly effective in amassing power.
Imagine a leader who can deliver a rousing speech, captivating an entire nation with their vision. They exude an aura of confidence, unshakable in their beliefs, making others eager to follow. This charm, however, often masks a chilling inner world. Psychopaths are masters of deception, able to feign emotions they don't genuinely feel. They can effortlessly mimic empathy, appearing compassionate and understanding while harboring ulterior motives.
But charm alone is not enough to seize and maintain power. Psychopaths often possess an unwavering sense of self-belief, a belief that borders on grandiosity. They are convinced of their own superiority, viewing others as pawns in their game of power. The combination of these traits, charm, confidence, and ruthlessness, forms a potent cocktail, enabling psychopaths to ascend to positions of authority and wield influence with devastating consequences. Few figures in history embody the chilling duality of the psychopath in power as vividly as Joseph Stalin. Born into poverty in a small Georgian village, Stalin rose to become the dictator of the Soviet Union, transforming a nation while leaving millions dead in his wake. Stalin's early life was marked by hardship and violence, factors that likely contributed to the development of his ruthless nature. His rise to power within the Bolshevik Party was a testament to his cunning and ruthlessness. He was a master manipulator, exploiting rivalries and eliminating opponents with cold-blooded efficiency. This carefully constructed facade of paternalism masked his true nature, allowing him to maintain control while committing atrocities on an unimaginable scale. By understanding the traits that allowed Stalin to rise to power, we can perhaps hope to recognize and resist such figures in the future. The annals of ancient Rome offer another chilling example of psychopathy in power, the Emperor Nero. Remembered for his extravagance, cruelty, and alleged role in the Great Fire of Rome, Nero's reign serves as a cautionary tale of unchecked power and the corrupting influence of absolute authority.
Born into a family steeped in intrigue and violence, Nero's childhood was marked by bloodshed and betrayal. His mother, Agrippina the Younger, was a ruthless manipulator who orchestrated the death of her own brother, the Emperor Claudius, to secure her son's ascension to the throne.
Accounts from Roman historians paint a picture of a man consumed by paranoia, megalomania, and a sadistic streak that knew no bounds. Nero's reign was characterized by a toxic mix of extravagance and brutality. He indulged in lavish spectacles and artistic pursuits while neglecting the needs of his people. Nero's story is a stark reminder that power, unchecked by morality or compassion, can corrupt even the most privileged individuals.
From the heart of Russia emerges a chilling example of a ruler defined by terror and brutality, Ivan IV, better known as Ivan the Terrible.
Ascending to the throne at 3, Ivan's childhood was marred by violence and intrigue as boyars ruthlessly vied for power.
These early experiences left an indelible mark, fostering a deep sense of paranoia and distrust.
As Ivan matured, his grip on power tightened, and his methods became increasingly brutal.
He established the Oprichnina, a state-sponsored terror apparatus to eliminate threats to his authority.
Dressed in black and riding black horses, the Oprichniki became symbols of Ivan's reign of terror.
They carried out mass executions, confiscating lands and brutally suppressing dissent.
Ivan's reign was a time of immense suffering for the Russian people. One of the most effective tools in the psychopath's arsenal is fear.
By creating an atmosphere of fear and uncertainty, they can control the narrative, suppress dissent, and maintain their grip on power.
Psychopathic leaders understand that fear is a powerful motivator.
It can make people compliant, obedient, and less likely to question authority.
They exploit this primal instinct, using propaganda, misinformation, and outright violence to keep their citizens in a constant state of anxiety and fear.
Propaganda plays a crucial role in the psychopath's playbook. By controlling the flow of information, they can shape public perception and demonize their opponents.
State-controlled media outlets become mouthpieces for the regime, spewing out a constant stream of lies and distortions designed to instill fear and obedience.
They create external enemies, real or imagined, to unite their followers against a common threat.
This control allows them to maintain power, often for years or even decades, leaving a trail of suffering and devastation in their wake. It's tempting to believe that we would never fall prey to the manipulations of a psychopath.
However, history teaches us that even the most intelligent can be seduced by a skilled manipulator.
So what makes them so compelling? Why are we so susceptible to their charms?
One explanation lies in our desire for strong leadership during times of crisis.
When faced with fear, we seek out confident, decisive individuals.
Psychopaths, with their self-belief and authority, often fit this bill perfectly.
They offer simple solutions to complex problems, appealing to our desire for stability.
By tapping into our deepest desires and fears, they create a powerful emotional connection.
The consequences of psychopathic leadership are often devastating, leaving lasting scars on societies and individuals alike. Their reign is typically characterized by a toxic mix of corruption, human rights abuses, and a disregard for the rule of law.
One of the most immediate and visible consequences is widespread suffering. Psychopathic leaders often prioritize their own ambitions and desires above the needs of their citizens. This can manifest in a variety of ways, from economic mismanagement and corruption to forced labor and genocide.
Their rule also erodes trust in institutions and undermines the very fabric of society. As corruption becomes rampant and the rule of law is disregarded, cynicism and disillusionment set in.
Moreover, the legacy of trauma and fear can linger for generations. Those who lived through the reign of a psychopathic leader often carry with them deep emotional scars.
The price of psychopathic leadership is a steep one, paid for in human lives, shattered dreams, and a loss of innocence that can never be fully restored. The chilling stories of Stalin, Nero, and Ivan the Terrible serve as stark reminders of the devastation that can unfold when psychopaths rise to power. But is it possible to recognize these individuals before it's too late? Can we learn from history and develop safeguards to prevent such tragedies from recurring?
While identifying psychopaths is a complex task, there are certain red flags that should raise alarm bells. One of the most telling signs is a consistent pattern of disregard for the rights and well-being of others. This can manifest in various ways, from lying and manipulation to bullying and violence. Another warning sign is a lack of remorse or guilt for their actions.
Recognizing these red flags can prompt us to be more cautious and discerning in our interactions with others, especially those in positions of power. The dark side of power, as we've seen, can manifest in chilling and destructive ways. However, it's essential to remember that humanity is not inherently predisposed to such darkness. We possess within us the capacity for empathy, compassion, and a deep-seated desire for justice and fairness.
Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, is fundamental to building a just and compassionate society. By nurturing empathy in ourselves and promoting it in our communities, we can create a world where the allure of the psychopath is diminished.
Moreover, we can support institutions and initiatives that promote social justice, human rights, and the rule of law. By holding our leaders accountable, demanding transparency and integrity, we can create a system that is less susceptible to manipulation and abuse. As we've journeyed through the annals of history, confronting the chilling realities of psychopathy and power, one thing remains abundantly clear. The battle between light and darkness is an enduring one. From the blood-soaked reigns of ancient tyrants to the chilling machinations of modern dictators, the human story is replete with examples of power's seductive pull and the devastating consequences of its misuse. Yet, amidst the darkness, there are also glimmers of hope. Throughout history, countless individuals have risen above the fray, demonstrating extraordinary courage, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to justice. The lessons we glean from these historical figures, both the tyrants and the heroes, are as relevant today as ever before. By embracing empathy, promoting education, and advocating for a more just and compassionate world, we can tip the scales in favor of light. The future may be uncertain, but one thing is certain: the battle for the soul of humanity is a fight worth fighting.